Football's not completely out of the picture here in Lawrence this season. Here's the first play. It's a jet sweep to the left side, and he stays on his feet, crosses the 25, and gets tackled at around the 26. As we take a look at this Lawrence High offense, they return Banks Bowen, their star quarterback, 6'3", 202 pounds, and he's poised to have a big season. Two receivers out to the right this time. They'll hand it off again up the middle, and he gets a couple of yards right there. That was Taj Edwards on the carry. Taj Edwards had a pretty incredible sophomore season last year. Now he's a junior. He sits at 170 and stands tall at 5'10". That's a first down and 10 with 11 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the first. Two receivers out to the right this time. Bowen, play action pass. He's looking to the left. He'll lob it down the far sideline, and it's incomplete. Looked like he was looking for by Turner Husselgard, the junior wide receiver, just was not there in the reach for Banks Bowen's pass. It'll end up in second down and 10. 11:06 left to go here in the first. Second down and 10, no score. Lawrence High started with the ball here in the first half. Two receivers out to the right. Bowen will keep it himself on the quarterback option. The ball is on the ground. Did Shawnee Mission South fall on top of it? We'll see who recovers it. And it looks like Lawrence High fell on top of it. It could have been a costly turnover here in the first drive of the 2024 season. But it's going to be a loss of a couple, so third down and 12, it looks like. Third down and 11. So it'll be a loss of a yard off of the fumble from Banks Bowen. Two receivers out on both sides. Bowen in the shotgun with Edwards to his left. He'll take the snap. He'll drop back to pass. He's flushed in the pocket. He's looking downfield. He'll fire the pass over the middle, and it's incomplete. No one's there home. It'll bring up a fourth down. So Shawnee Mission South gets the stop on the first drive of the game, and they'll have a chance to take advantage of this opportunity on the road. But Lawrence High might keep the offense out there unless Banks Bowen will just pooch kick it away. And we've seen that a lot from them last season, and it appears they'll be taking the same approach here. So Banks Bowen will line up on fourth down and 11, and he'll pooch kick this one away. And Shawnee Mission South with a stop on the first drive of the game as the punt will roll past the 30, and it'll go out of bounds on the near side at the 27. And we'll see where they mark the ball as it rolls out of bounds at the 27. So Shawnee Mission South now will start with possession as they get the start, or they started on defense. So Shawnee Mission South coming out for their first drive of the 2024 season. And of course they're led by quarterback Carter Cox. The senior quarterback stands tall at 6'3" and weighs 195 pounds. First down and 10, two receivers out to the right. He'll keep it on the quarterback keeper. He fools the defense, shakes a defender, and gets tackled at around the 28. Doesn't get much right there, only a gain of 1 or 2 for Carter Cox. It's a 1-yard gain, so second down and 9 this time at the 29-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. No score here in the first couple of minutes of this game. Shawnee Mission South got a stop on the first drive of the game on defense. And another quarterback keeper. Cox will keep it himself to the near side, and he's pushed out of bounds at around the 39. Might have gotten to the 40. And we'll see if that'll be enough for a first down, and it appears so as they'll move the chains. So Carter Cox with an 11-yard run to get the first down for Shawnee Mission South. So first down and 10 at the 40 coming up here. And here's Cox. He'll hand it off this time, but nowhere to go. It was Marquand Washington, the running back. Doesn't get anything right there on the carry, so second down and 10 this time. might have gotten a loss of 1 on the carry. So it will be second down and 11. It'll be marked at the 39-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. Trips out to the right for Cox. So he lines up in the shotgun formation with Washington to his left. He takes the snap. He'll look to his right. He's flushed in the pocket. He's met with some pressure, and he goes down. And coming up to make the sack was Brian Dubon, the junior defensive lineman, standing tall at 5'9", 225 pounds, comes up with the sack on second down. Now third down and 11 coming up. Oh, it was a loss of 7, actually, so it'll be third down and 18. So third down and long for Shawnee Mission South. They're going to have to make up for the sack and the loss of 1 on the previous 2 plays. Trips out to the right again for Cox. 1 receiver out to the left. He'll line up in the shotgun formation once again. He'll take the snap. And it's a screen play over the middle. He crosses the 35 to the 40. 45, he crosses midfield over to the 45-yard line and gets tackled at the 43 of Lawrence High. And that's enough for the first down. Really nice play by Marquand Washington to find the open space and fool a couple of defenders, get around them, and cross the first down marker on a third down and 18. It was a 26-yard gain on the screen play from Cox to Washington. First down and 10 now at the 42-yard line. 2 receivers set out to the right. Cox lines up in the shotgun formation with Washington lined up to his left. He'll keep it, or no, he'll hand it off to Washington. He'll cut back to the inside, bounces to the near sideline, and gets to about the 30-yard line. A gain of 8, but it'll be enough for the first down. It was a 12-yard carry by Washington. And the junior running back already making his presence known here in this game. 7:15 left to go here in the first. Still no score. Shawnee Mission South got a stop on defense on the first drive of the game, and now they're in Lawrence territory at their 30-yard line. And now Cox will line up in the I formation in the gun, right with Washington right behind him. 2 receivers set out to the right. He'll hand it off to Washington. He'll cut back into the inside and gets tackled at around the 25. So only a gain of a couple right there for Washington. It'll be a gain of 4, so second down and 4 coming up. Second down and 6. Can Shawnee Mission South get a touchdown in the first score of this football game and their first points of the 2024 season? They've got a prime opportunity here to silence the home crowd of Lawrence High. So here we go. Trips out to the left this time for Cox. He'll line up the I formation in the gun with Washington right behind him. Line up in the pistol. He'll drop back to pass. He'll look to the near side. He's flushed, and he can't find an open receiver, and he'll just have to throw it out of bounds, but he was met with some pressure and got knocked hard back down at the 33-yard line. But he gets it out just in time and gets it past the line of scrimmage, so no intentional grounding for Cox. And a third down and 6 coming up. Lawrence High looking to get a stop right here on third down and force Shawnee Mission South to consider either going for it or kicking a field goal. And they drew up a really nice play a moment ago on third down and 18 when Cox found Washington right over the middle on a nice running back screen play. 2 receivers set out to the right. Cox will take the snap in the pistol. The official will blow his whistle right after the snap. It looks like it could be on Lawrence as we see people in the stands pointing both directions. Looks like it's going to be on Shawnee Mission South. False start penalty, so it'll bring them back a few yards. And now it's a third down and long situation once again. Do they draw up something similar like they did on third down and 18 with the screen play, or do they go something different? Trips out to the left now for Cox. It lines up in the pistol formation again for the third time. 6:07 left to go here in the first. Cox will take the snap. He'll look to his left. He'll lob it down the near sideline, and it's incomplete as the receiver caught it out of bounds. He's looking for Trey West, the junior wide receiver who stands tall at 5'7", 165 pounds, but it was just a little over the reach of West as he caught it out of bounds. So first down coming up. It looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field. So right away, Shawnee Mission South not showing any signs of mercy. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 11. So they won't send out the field goal unit. And they'll go ahead and go for it at the Lawrence 31-yard line. 4th down and 11. Can Lawrence High get a stop on defense just like Shawnee Mission South? 2 receivers set out to the left. Here's a screen play, and it's incomplete. As he was looking for Drake DeBon, the junior tight end, at 6'6", 215 pounds. It was well over the head of DeBon, so it'll be a turnover on downs for Shawnee Mission South, and Lawrence High is going to get the ball back. So both teams starting this game off with stops on defense. Rather, Shawnee Mission South force Lawrence High to punt it away. And the Lions get a stop on 4th down and 11 at their own 31-yard line. So they keep Shawnee Mission South out of the end zone. So Lawrence High will take over for the second drive of the game. Bowen lines up in the shotgun. He'll roll out to the near side. He'll just keep it on the option. He'll cross the 35 and gets to about the 36. So it's a gain of 5 on the carry for Bowen, so 2nd down and 5. So 2nd down and 5 at the 36 for Lawrence High as they try to look for the first score here in this game and here for the 2024 season for both teams. And now a 3-receiver set out to the left. Bowen is all by himself in shotgun, so it'll be a quick pass play as Bowen is met with the immediate pressure, and he's going to roll out to the far side. He'll keep it himself and gets to about the 40. Might have crossed the 40 to the 41, but looks like he's going to be inches short of the first down marker, so 3rd down and short coming up. 3rd down and inches, it appears, unless they decide to move the chains, and they will move the chains. So it'll be enough for the first down as Banks Bowen keeps it himself on the quarterback keeper. 1st down and 10 at the 41-yard line now for Bowen in the offense. Double receiver sent out to the right for Bowen. He'll hand it off up the middle. He'll spin out of a tackler and gets tackled at the 44. Once again, that was Taj Edwards on the carry, but there is a flag down at the 44 of Lawrence High. And both officials are talking things over, and they're discussing what the call will be. It looks like this one's going to be coming back on Lawrence High. The clock stops at 4 minutes and 34 seconds. And it is a holding call on Lawrence, so it'll draw them back quite a bit. 10 yards is the penalty. So it'll move them back all the way to the 31. So now 1st down and 20 at the 31. So they're going to have to make up for the 10 yards that the penalty applied onto. So it's 1st down and 20 now coming up for Lawrence. Trips out to Bowen's right. And he'll hand it off and crosses the 30. Gets the 31. Doesn't get much or anything right there. So nothing going on the run play. So 2nd down and 20. And if you're Shawnee Mission South, obviously you're anticipating a pass play of some sorts, maybe a screen play to quickly get it out and make up for the missed yardage or make up for the yardage that Lawrence High lost on the holding penalty 2 plays ago. And now it's a 2-receiver set out on both sides, 2nd down and 20. Bowen will drop back to pass. He'll lob one over the middle, and it is caught. He crosses the 30 to the 25 to the 20 and gets down at around the 20-yard line. We'll see where they mark him, but it's a big gain for Banks Bowen in the offense. And they are now in the red zone for the first time this season. 1st down and 10 at the 20. After the long pass play from Banks Bowen. And Bowen will drop the snap. He'll pick it right back up, and he'll get met immediately in the backfield for a loss of 1. Clock continues to roll. 3 minutes and 20 seconds now here in the first. Still no score. Partly cloudy skies here tonight in Lawrence, Kansas. Obviously, if you're looking on your screens, there is some clouds overhead. Kind of looks like it's going to rain at some point, but it's one of those nights where it looks like it's going to rain, but it just won't do so. But here's a quick pass play over to the far side, to the 5, to the goal line, and he's in. It's the first score of the 2024 season for Lawrence High. And now they lead it 6-0 with the extra point coming up. And Lawrence High responds after having to punt it back away to Shawnee Mission South on their first drive. They get the stop on 4th down and 11, and they capitalize on the opportunity and get the score. 2:54 now here in the first with the extra point coming up for Lawrence. It didn't take long for the Lions to drive down the field and get their first score of the 2024 season. And here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. And so Lawrence High now leads 7-0 over Shawnee Mission South. We'll go ahead and step aside real quick for a brief commercial break, but we'll be back right here on A10varsity.com. Lawrence High leads it 7-0 over Shawnee Mission South.
Nice job over in Kansas. Let's go to pick it up. Burgers and like a heart is a word. And a warm welcome for limited time like hot dogs and hot days of the day. And the post-game celebration, we're proud to call you. And proud to be local families serving local families like yours. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us.
And we're back live on A10varsity.com and on the YouTube platform for A10 Varsity. My name's Austin Eckert, and just want to say thank you all so much for tuning in to A10 Varsity for tonight's game between Lawrence High and Shawnee Mission South as the Lions drove down the field after a 4th down and 11 stop and was able to get their first score of the 2024 season. So here we go. They're going to kick it back away to Shawnee Mission South for their second drive of the game. And it's a short kickoff. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. He'll cross the 20 to the 25 to the 30, cuts it to the outside, bounces off the tackler, and gets tackled at around the 39. So a good return right there from Shawnee Mission South. And now they have a chance to redeem themselves after they got stopped on a 4th down and 11. But we'll see what the offense does here after giving up the touchdown after the 4th down and 1 failed conversion. .247 left to go here in the first quarter. Lawrence High leads it 7-0. Now Cox will line up in the shotgun with Washington to his left. Trips out to the right, and he'll send Trey West in motion. He'll hand the ball off up the middle, crosses the 45, and gets tackled at the 47. Mauricio Guerra, the sophomore running back, getting the carry this time instead of Washington. So his first carry of the game gets him about 8 yards. So 2nd down and 2 now. It seems like Shawnee Mission South are really going to do everything they can in this game to draw out as much of the clock as they can because they know that Lawrence High can drive it down the field quick. 2 receivers sat out to the left this time for Cox, who lines up in the shotgun formation. He'll drop back to pass and take the snap. It's a screen play out to the near side, and it's incomplete. He missed a wide open pass to Guerra on the near side, so 3rd down now coming up, 3rd down and 2 at the 48-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. An incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and short, and Lawrence High looking for a stop right here and looking to get the ball back and hopefully take the game and run away with it after what we saw in that second drive of the game for the Lions. Two receivers sent out to the left of Cox. 3rd down and 2 at the 48-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. They'll line up in the pistol formation. He'll hand it off, and he goes nowhere as he's met immediately in the backfield for a loss of 2. Carrera doesn't get anything right there. It's a loss of 2. And we'll see what Shawnee Mission South decides to do here on 4th down. And they might punt it away to Lawrence High. It's a loss of 1. So 4th down and 3. They might keep the offense out on the field, or unless they just decide to pooch kick it, kind of like what we saw from Banks Bowen not too long ago. 4th down and 3, 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go here in the first. And it looks like Cox is going to line up back all the way to his own 35, and he'll just pooch kick it, and it's a line drive kick. Takes a bounce at the 18, rolls on the far sideline, and it rolls back in. Can they keep it out of the end zone? It looks like it's going to be a touchback. And Shawnee Mission South, they almost pin the Lions deep in their own territory. The Lawrence High gets away with it right there, so they'll start at their own 20-yard line after the touchback. Not a bad punt from Cox, but it just took an unlucky bounce, and it rolled across the goal line into the end zone for a touchback. So Lawrence High will get the ball at their own 20. They scored on their last drive to make the score 7-0, so they'll have a chance to double their lead right here. 1 minute, 2 seconds left to go in the first. Lawrence High leads it 7-0. And a handoff up the middle gets nowhere right there. Under a minute now left to go. And another handoff play up the middle, crosses the 30, or actually the 25 to the 28. So now under 25 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. And that might be the final play of the game unless they can maybe get another play out, but it's 3rd down and short. So maybe Lawrence High will just let the clock roll all the way to 0 to end the first quarter and then start the second quarter with a 3rd down and short at their own 29-yard line. Clock down to 1, down to 0. And that's going to do it for first quarter action here at Lawrence High. The Lions lead it 7-0 over Shawnee Mission South. We'll step aside for a brief commercial break, but we'll be back here momentarily right here on 810 Varsity. And Bowen's going to get tackled immediately in the backfield for a loss of a few right there on the third down. So fourth down coming up for Lawrence, and it looks like they're going to punt it away to Shawnee Mission South. So they fail to convert on a third down and short. So now they'll have to punt it back to Shawnee Mission South as they look to redeem themselves after the last drive. So expect a line drive pooch kick here from Banks Bowen. The last punt he had was pretty good. Was able to take a couple of really nice bounces. But they're going to need a good punt from him right here. So Bowen will stand back at his own 15. He'll roll out to the far side, and he'll boot it away. Takes a bounce at the 36, and it rolls out of bounds at around the 24-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. So Bowen is able to switch the field for Shawnee Mission South and pin them at their own 24-yard line, so a good punt from Bowen. That's where Shawnee Mission South will take over. But as we've kind of seen all throughout the course of this game, we've seen some really good throws from Cox and some really good runs from Marquand Washington, the junior running back. And we've seen also Mauricio Guerrera, too, with a couple of really nice carries. But Shawnee Mission South going to have to find some sort of consistency. They want to get themselves back in this one. We're here in the second quarter. Not sure what happened with the game clock, but we will attend to that momentarily. But we are here in the second quarter with 11 minutes to go here in the second. And he's going to bounce off a tackler. He crosses the 25 to the 30 and gets pushed out of bounds at around the 35. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 36. And that was Washington on the carry. He bounced off of a couple of tacklers and was able to bounce it to the outside and gets a first down. First down and 10 for Shawnee Mission South. Two receivers out up to the left side of Cox. He'll take the snap. He'll drop back to pass. He's flushed, and he's going to have to roll out, and he's going to be sacked at the 25-yard line. And he was tackled by Devin Foster, the junior defensive end. Coming up to make the sack, it'll force a second down and long. And they'll move it back all the way to the 26-yard line. So it's a loss of 4 on the sack from, once again, Devin Foster on the sack for Lawrence High. Second down and long for Shawnee Mission South. Two receivers set out on both sides. Washington 2, Cox is right. He'll drop back to pass. He'll look to the near side, and it's caught. He spins to the 30, bounces off of a tackler to the near side, and gets pushed out of bounds at the 40. So he cuts it back inside, cuts it back out, and gets a gain of extra right there on the pass play. Really nice move by Trey West. While it wasn't enough for the first down, it was a really nice play by West to pick up those yards that they had to make up for after the sack by Foster. Third down at 6 at the 40-yard line now for the Raiders. Student section here right in front of me getting loud and getting their team fired up. We do have a timeout on the field. We'll see who calls the timeout. Looks like Lawrence High is going to call their first timeout of the first half, so we'll go ahead and just keep it here right here on A10varsity.com. Once again, my name is Austin Eckert, and it's a pleasure to be joining you all on A10varsity.com, and it's my pleasure to have the call for tonight's game here between Lawrence High and Shawnee Mission South here to start off the 2024 season. 9 minutes and 56 seconds left to go here in the second quarter as Lawrence leads at 7-0. It's a third down and 6 coming up at the 40-yard line right after this timeout, but a slow start here for both teams. But Lawrence High was able to score on their second possession of the game after getting a fourth down and 11 stop in their own territory at around the 31-yard line. And the Raiders went for it on the fourth down and 11. at the Lawrence High 31, so they didn't even try to attempt a field goal or anything. They just decided to go for it, and it wasn't successful, and Lawrence High was able to pick up the first points of the 2024 season right after that. 3rd down and 6 at the 40-yard line for the Raiders. Double set out to the right-hand side. Cox will fire the pass, and it's caught. He crosses midfield and gets tackled at the 47. That was Drake DeBon on the catch. And it's a first down for Shawnee Mission South once again. As you can see, this offense, they are very capable of driving the ball down the field. You can see it. Cox has the arm, and if he can get the ball out quick, he can get the ball out to some really good playmakers out on the outside. And we've seen guys like Trey West, and of course, the player that you just saw right there, Drake DeBon, with a couple of catches already. He's making his presence known now here in this one. First down and 10 now at the 48-yard line of the Lions of Lawrence. Cox will take the snap. He'll look to the far side, and it's caught. And he'll fall down at around the 43. And he completed that pass to the junior wide receiver, Luke Black. And it's only going to be a gain of 5. So they'll mark him down at the 44-yard line of Lawrence. 2nd down and 6. So a gain of 4 on the quick pass play to Luke Black from Carter Cox. And he'll line up in the shotgun formation again. He'll hand it off to Washington as he tries to cut it to the near side and gets tackled at around the 42. So only gets a pickup of 2 on the carry. So now another 3rd down coming up for the Shawnee Mission South offense. As Lawrence High, they just want to get the defense off the field, or rather the defense wants to get off the field and get their offense back out on the field and add more points to the scoreboard. So now here we go, 3rd down and 4 coming up for Shawnee Mission South. And while it is still early in this one, with 8 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter, this is rather a big 3rd down right here. Cox will line up in the pistol formation with 2 receivers out to the left. He'll hand it off to Washington. He stays on his feet, crosses the first down marker, and gets to about the 35. Might have gotten tackled at the 34. We'll see where they mark him down. It looks like he's going to be down at the 34-yard line of Lawrence. And it was an 8-yard carry by Washington, so it'll be another Shawnee Mission South first down. And Washington's got all that power, and he's got the juice, and he knows where to go and when to cut back inside, when to cut it back outside. And he's been fooling defenders left and right here in this first half. 7:22 left to go here in the second. Lawrence High still leads at 7-0. Trips out to the right. Cox will take the snap in the pistol formation. He'll roll out to the near side. There's a flag thrown. He'll fire it into the end zone, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of the defender. But we do have a flag back at the 42-yard line of Lawrence. Could have been a holding call, perhaps. We will find out here momentarily. And it was holding. Looks like they called it on Yale Corral, the junior offensive lineman for Shawnee Mission South. So the holding call will push them back 10 yards. All the way to the 44-yard line. So first down and 20 coming up here shortly. Well, the penalties have really killed Shawnee Mission South on a couple of drives already here in this one. They've had a big play and then a holding call pushed them back, as you just saw a moment ago. And really, the penalties are the only thing that's going to keep the Shawnee Mission South team out of the end zone, as we've seen so far. But Cox will light up in the pistol formation again with 2 receivers out to the right. And he'll hand it off. No, he'll keep it himself on the far side. He'll juke a defender, crosses the 45, and gets pushed out of bounds at the 43. So not much right there from Carter Cox. Might have been a gain of 1. Under 7 minutes left to go as the clock stops at 6 minutes and 59 seconds. Again, 6 minutes and 59 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. At Shawnee Mission South, they've had the ball for the majority of this second quarter. And it seems like they're going to be playing the time of possession game tonight. I kind of said that earlier here in the broadcast, because they know that once Lawrence High gets the ball, they are very capable of driving the ball down the field quick and putting points up on the board. And Cox will take the snap. He's flushed. He's going to be met immediately in the backfield again at the 47 of Shawnee Mission South as two defenders ran right over Carter Cox. And Lawrence High showed blitz on that second down, and now third down and long coming up once again. And the clock will roll at 6 minutes and 35 seconds here in the second quarter. Third down and long coming up. Third down and 29. And the Raiders are going to need 29 yards right here on this next play to get the first down. And we'll see what they decide to do here. Third down and 29. They picked up a third down and 18 on their first drive of the game. We'll see what they do here. They'll just hand it off to Washington up the middle. He gets to about the 50, crosses midfield and gets to about the 47 of Lawrence High. So not much going right there, and looks like Shawnee Mission South will have to punt it away to Lawrence. 5:50 left to go here in the second quarter, and Lawrence High will get the ball back and hopefully go into the half up by a touchdown or a couple of possessions. We'll see what they do on their next drive. Here we go, fourth down and 22. It looks like Cox might pooch kick it from the looks of it, but we'll see. And Cox does move back. He'll stand at his own 42, and there's a flag that is thrown at the Lawrence High 45. Clock stops at 5 minutes and 23 seconds. As both officials will meet at the Shawnee Mission South 48 to discuss the penalty. It's going to be encroachment on Lawrence High. So Shawnee Mission South's going to pick up a few yards right there on the penalty, but it's not going to do a whole lot rather than only give them 5 extra yards. So now fourth down and 17 at the 41-yard line of Lawrence. 4th and 17. Cox will move back all the way to the 48. He'll drop the snap. He'll have to roll out to the far side. He's just going to keep it himself, and he's going to get tackled at the 38. So it'll be a turnover on downs once again for the Raiders. And then that's the second fourth down stop that we've seen from the Lions tonight. The defense has been flying around for Lawrence High so far here in the first half. And Shawnee Mission South, they're capable of driving the ball down the field, but the penalties and the small mistakes have kept them out of the end zone so far. So the Lions will take over at their own 41-yard line. First down and 10, 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. He'll hand it off up the middle, crosses midfield, and gets to the 48. And that was Taj Edwards, once again, the star junior running back with the carry. And he'll pick up a first down. 4:50 now left to go in the second quarter. Lawrence High leads it 7-0. And now a double receiver set out to the right of Bowen. He'll line up in the pistol formation with Edwards lining up right behind him. Bowen will keep it himself on the quarterback keeper. He'll bounce it to the outside, to the far side rather. He'll be pushed out of bounds right around the 46. So it's only a gain of 2 for Bowen on the quarterback keeper. Second down and 8 coming up. Once again, my name's Austin Eckert. I just want to say thank you all so much for tuning into A10 Varsity tonight and joining alongside with me for tonight's broadcast. Here's Bowen on the quarterback keeper again. He'll cross the 45 and he'll fumble it. It'll go out of bounds on the near side. Does Shawnee Mission South have the football? Or did it roll out of bounds right before Shawnee Mission South fell on top of it. Here are the two officials talking things over. It looks like Lawrence High is going to hang on to the ball for now. That's not the only time that we've seen Lawrence High fumble it. We saw Banks Bowen fumble it earlier on a quarterback keeper. It looked like he pump faked, and unfortunately he dropped the ball, but he did fall right on top of it. So it'll be third down now. Here's Bowen. He'll lob one to the near side, over the head of defenders, and it's caught inside the 5-yard line. My goodness gracious, what a throw by Banks Bowen. And he found Jackson Becker on the near side for a long pass play, and it'll put the Lions in the red zone for the second time tonight. 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter as Lawrence High looks to double their lead. Bowen to Becker for the first down. And here's Bowen on the quarterback keeper. He fakes the jet sweep and doesn't get anywhere right there. Gets tackled at the 5. So second down and goal. And this is what I've been talking about here in the broadcast. Lawrence High is very capable of driving the ball down the field quick, especially with that star quarterback in Banks Bowen. And he found Jackson Becker on the near side for a nice pass play on third down. So we're going to have a timeout on the field. The clock will stop with 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So we'll go ahead and step aside real quick for a brief commercial break, but we'll be back momentarily right here on A10varsity.com. Lawrence High leads at 7-0 over Shawnee Mission South with 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining.
Price Chopper in Kansas City. Get up there. Like burgers and backyard barbecues. Like a hard day's work and a warm welcome home. Like hot dogs and hot days of the day. Like the game-winning hit and the post-game celebration. We're proud to call Kansas City home. And proud to be local families serving local families like yours.
And we are back live on A10varsity.com. Lawrence High leads at 7-0 with 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they have the ball at the 5-yard line on a second down and goal play coming up. Banks Bowen a moment ago found Jackson Becker on the near side for a long pass play. Here's Bowen. He'll bounce it to the near side. He tries to cut it back. He'll stay on his feet. He's all the way back near the 20. He's still on his feet. Bowen trying to find open space, gets tackled all the way back to the 23, and a flag is thrown at the 15-yard line. Multiple flags have been thrown on the field by both officials, so we'll see what the call is on the field. A dramatic sequence of events with Banks Bowen on the quarterback keeper. He just tried to stay on his feet, but it might have been better for him to be sacked all the way back at the 7 instead of being sacked at the 23. Clock stops at 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Also, there's penalties out on both teams, so the penalties will offset. And he might have said replay second down, so Lawrence High gets away with one right there with the offsetting penalties. So that's huge. Shawnee Mission South picked up a personal foul penalty, and then Lawrence High, I believe, had a holding call. That would have pushed them back even further with the play that just happened with Bowen running all the way back to his own 23. So they'll line the ball up back at the 5-yard line. So pretty much nothing happened on the last play. Second down and goal. Bowen lines up in the shotgun formation. He'll drop back to pass. He's flushed. He looks downfield, and he looks in the back of the end zone, and there's no one home, incomplete. But there is a flag back at the 12-yard line. So we'll see what the call is on the field here in just a second. Clock stops at 2 minutes and 52 seconds. You can hear the crowd getting on their feet. Obviously, it's the home opener. Everybody's excited about football being back here in Lawrence, Kansas. And I mentioned earlier that the Jayhawks aren't playing in Lawrence this year, but there is still high school football going around. So technically, there is still football happening here in Lawrence in light of what's going on with the KU football program, with them playing in Kansas City and all those things. So the penalty is going to move them all the way back to the 15. Second down and goal for the third time in a row, this time at the 15-yard line after the penalty. Bowen lines up in the shotgun formation with Edwards to his right. He'll lob one to the far corner of the end zone. Oh, it's the defender! Does he catch it? No, he doesn't. The officials say incomplete. It would have been a beautiful touchdown from Bowen, but the pass was just too long. It's incomplete. Third down and 15 coming up. Third down and goal at the 15. So really at this point, if you're Lawrence High, all you're really concerned about is just getting points on the board on this drive. Here's Bowen on the rollout. He'll fire in the back corner of the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Lawrence. Banks Bowen rolls out on third down and goal at the 15-yard line and finds an open receiver into the back of the end zone. What a throw by Bowen, and what a catch in the back of the end zone to make the score 13-0 with the extra point coming up. Well, hang on here for just a second. It looks like we do have a brief stoppage of play. Clock stops at 2 minutes and 24 seconds after the touchdown. The extra point attempt coming up. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. And Lawrence High doubles their lead at 14-0 over Shawnee Mission South. And it looks like the Raiders are going to have one more chance to put some points on the board before halftime. So we'll find out here in just a moment. We'll return after a brief commercial break right here on A10Varsity.com. Lawrence High leads it 14-0 over Shawnee Mission South with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. My name is Austin Eckert, and I just want to say once again, thank you all so much for joining us right here on A10Varsity.com or on YouTube if you're tuning in through the A10 Varsity YouTube platform. And here is the kickoff. It's a short kickoff. It'll cross the 20, and it's dropped at the 20-yard line, but he might have fair caught that kickoff, so there's a late flag thrown at the 31-yard line. We'll see what the late flag is. Flag thrown right after the end of the play. So not exactly sure what the call is on the field as all three officials are meeting together to discuss what happened on the last play. Once again, 2 minutes, 24 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. So not much time on the clock left for Shawnee Mission South to drive it down the field, but it is enough. The officials are still talking with each other about the flag, perhaps. Hang on for a moment. The official is about to give the call. On sportsmanlike conduct on Shawnee Mission South. So it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Shawnee Mission South. We'll see where they mark the ball after the penalty. They're going to move it all the way back to the 11-yard line. So they would have been fine with the fair catch that was made at around the 20-yard line, but unfortunately the unsportsmanlike penalty pushes them back about 10 yards. So Shawnee Mission South will have 89 yards worth of field to work with 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining here in the first half. Trips out to the left. He'll hand it off to Washington. He'll cut it back into the inside. Gets tackled at around the 14, so it's a gain of 3. And looks like Lawrence High is going to call another timeout with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here in the second. We'll just keep it right here on A10varsity.com. It's been a back-and-forth game. Lawrence High has had the advantage, but really the mistakes as far as penalties and small mistakes, such as not being able to convert on fourth down, have been reasons as to why Shawnee Mission South has been out of the end zone. But this offense has shown some amazing things here in the first half. We've seen Marquand Washington with a couple of really nice carries. He's a dual threat. He can also catch the ball. And we saw him convert a 3rd down and 18 on the first drive of the game for Shawnee Mission South. So you really got to give the ball to your best player, Marquand Washington. You also got to give the ball out to Trey West, their star wide receiver, who's made some shifty moves all night long. But again, the penalties and not being able to convert on fourth down have been reasons again. But Shawnee Mission South, though, is knocking on the door. And they're going to look to get a score going into the half to give them a little bit of breathing room and hopefully something that can give them confidence going into the second half, with this being a road game in their first game of the season. 2nd down and 8 coming up. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here in the first. And we have a brief stoppage of play real quick. Not sure exactly what's going on. Looks like they're resetting the clock right now, so they're trying to figure out what's going on with that. So they're trying to reset the clock, so that's why we are having this brief stoppage of play. And the officials can't hear anything that they're saying either. There's a lot of commotion going on right now, so everybody's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. But it looks like they have sorted things out. The clock will move back to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So now we will resume play here at Lawrence High. 2nd down and 8 at the 14-yard line for the Raiders. They'll send a receiver in motion. He'll hand it off up the middle, crosses the 20, and gets to about the 22. That was Washington again on the carry. He'll move the sticks for Shawnee Mission South. And the clock stops at 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And we might have a timeout on the field. And we will have a timeout. Rather a delayed timeout warning from the officials. As you can see, Shawnee Mission South going all the way back to their sideline with Lawrence, not knowing what the heck was going on. But it is a timeout on the field, but we'll go ahead and keep it here. Shawnee Mission South going to have the ball at the 22-yard line after the timeout. It'll be 1st down and 10 after the 8-yard run by Washington. And again, I've talked about Washington having the ball in his hands and how good he's been tonight. And really, that's going to be the key for Shawnee Mission South offensively, is to give the ball to Washington and get it out to West. Both guys have made some tremendous plays tonight, as well as Carter Cox, the quarterback. And you can see he's a dual threat just like Banks Bowen is. He's a threat on the run, and he's a threat with his arm. 1st down and 10, trips out to the right. Cox will drop back to pass. He's flushed, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield all the way back to the 5-yard line. And that was number 8, Josh Galbraith on the sack. The junior 6'3" linebacker coming up to make the big play. And now it'll be a 13-yard loss on the sack. So another timeout will be called on the field. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll just go ahead and keep it right here on 810 Varsity. That'll stop the clock at 2 minutes and 7 seconds. So after this timeout, Shawnee Mission South will have the ball all the way back their own 9-yard line. So that's where they mark Cox after the sack. So it'll be 2nd down and 24 coming out of the timeout. As you can hear, the fans right in front of me. Of course, the student section is out to my left, and with all of the parents sitting right in front of me. It's been a pretty good crowd here on hand at Lawrence High. Beautiful evening here in Lawrence, Kansas. Temperatures dipping down into the 70s. All throughout the day today. It's been very nice. Tomorrow should feel like fall weather. It should feel like football weather tomorrow, as temperatures will be in the lower 70s, and then it'll be the low at around 50 here in Lawrence. But a beautiful weekend ahead as far as weather goes here in Lawrence. But now we will resume play here at Lawrence High. 2nd down and long. 2nd down and 24 all the way back at the 9-yard line. And Shawnee Mission South going to come out with trips out to the right, with Cox lining up in the pistol formation with Washington lined up right behind him. Not sure what the stoppage of play is on the field as both teams stand up and wait for the official to give the whistle, as it looked like he was talking with head coach Nick Foster of Shawnee Mission South. And the official will blow his whistle, and now we will resume play. Cox will take the snap. He's flushed in the pocket. He'll fire the pass over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 3rd down coming up. Once again, all the way back at the 9-yard line. It'll stop the clock with 2 minutes and 2 seconds here in the first half. Lawrence High still leads at 14-0. They've had a pretty good showing here in the first half. But Shawnee Mission South doing everything that they can to drive the ball down the field and get the ball on the opposite side of the field at least. But Lawrence defensively has been lights out so far, and they've made some incredible plays, of course, getting 2 stops on 4th down. Or rather, the second 4th down stop was a fumbled snap on a punt attempt, with Cox rolling all the way out to the far sideline, getting a few yards, but it wasn't enough for the 1st down. Trips out to the right again. Cox will drop back to pass on 3rd down and long. He'll flush out to the far side. He'll keep it himself. He crosses the 15, gets to about the 20, or gets to the 18, rather. And that's where he's going to be pushed out of bounds. So 4th down now for Shawnee Mission South. So they'll stop the clock at 1 minute and 52 seconds. So it looks like Lawrence High is going to get the ball to end the first half if they can hold on to it long enough, but a great opportunity as well to triple their lead going into the half. And if you're Lawrence High, you have to feel really good. Shawnee Mission South, though, a lot of work to do in the second half. 4th down and 14. And Cox will move back all the way to his own 7-yard line. He'll roll out, and it's a high punt, and it bounces all the way back to the 28, rolls to the 29, and not a good punt from Carter Cox. And Lawrence High is going to have excellent field position. 1 minute, 41 seconds left to go here in this first half. And Lawrence High is going to have excellent field position for what likely could be their final drive of the first half. We'll see what Banks Bowen and this Lion offense can do on their 5th drive of the game. Once again, my name is Austin Eckert. Thank you all so much for tuning into 810varsity.com. It's been my pleasure so far to bring you all the play-by-play commentary for tonight's game between Shawnee Mission South and Lawrence High, as the Lions lead at 14-0 with 1 minute 41 left to go here in the second. 1st down and 10. Bowen will line up in the shotgun. He fumbles the snap. Edwards fumbles it too. Who falls on top of it? Looks like Lawrence High might have kept it. It's the third time that we've seen Lawrence High drop the ball, and they fall right on top of it again. So it's a 3-yard loss on the fumble from both Bowen and Edwards. So now second down and 13, all the way back at the 34-yard line. Bowen play action pass. He'll look down to the far side, and did he catch it? No, he didn't. It's incomplete. A really nice pass play from Bowen, but it was in and out of the hands of the receiver as he was double coveraged. Third down and long coming up at the 34-yard line now for Lawrence. They're just going to have to at least drive the ball down the field or try to get some points on the board before the half. They're up 14-0. Clock stops at 1:11. Third down and 14. Two receivers set out on both sides. He'll send a receiver in motion. Trips out to the right this time. Bowen drops back to pass. He's got all the time in the pocket. He fires one down the far sideline. It's incomplete again. Fourth down coming up. What does Lawrence High do? Clock stops at 1:03. Curious as to see what Lawrence High does right here on a fourth down and long. They might go for it on fourth down and long with 1:03 left to go here in the second. Fourth down and 13. Two receivers out on both sides. Bowen drops back to pass. He's got all the time in the pocket. Rolling around, he'll keep it himself. He'll cross the 30, 25 to the 20, and crosses the first down marker. Does he get there? I think he got the first down. It looks like he did. So Banks Bowen on fourth down and 13. He keeps it himself after not finding a receiver open downfield and picks up the first down. So that'll stop the clock at 54 seconds. First down and 10 at the 16 coming up, and they are in the red zone for the third time tonight. And Banks Bowen keeping it himself on fourth down and 13. And Bowen will fire the pass to the near side. It's caught. He'll cross the 5 down at the 4-yard line. That's where he'll be pushed out of bounds. That was Jackson Becker again on the catch. Had a really nice catch on the near side earlier to set up the second touchdown of the game. First down and goal at the 4-yard line. Bowen hands it off to Edwards up the middle, and he's going to be short of the goal line. He'll get tackled at around the 2-yard line. And we do have a timeout on the field, and that timeout stops the clock at 41 seconds. So we'll keep it here on A10 Varsity as Lawrence High has the ball at the Shawnee Mission South 2-yard line with 41 seconds left to go in the second quarter, as they look to triple their lead. And they've had a really solid showing on all three sides of the ball here in this one. In Shawnee Mission South, they've put up a pretty good fight. But again, the penalties and the missed fourth down conversions have been the reason they've been out of the end zone. Lawrence High, though, they've had a problem hanging on to the football, and we've seen it 3 times here in the first half. They have dropped either a snap, or it could be a fumble, or it could be like a handoff where, the running back doesn't hang on to it. We've seen things like that, and it's not just Lawrence High. We've seen that from Shawnee Mission South as well. But Lawrence High, they've really got to stress on taking better care of the ball in the second half if they want a chance at winning this one, as well as Shawnee Mission South, obviously. But here we go, second down, and goal at the 2-yard line after a 3-yard run by Edwards. Bowen will line up in the shotgun formation all by himself. There is Edwards out to the right-hand side. Here's a jet sweep. He'll find the edge on the outside corner, and he'll get in. He crosses the goal line and gets in. Touchdown, Lawrence. And now that makes the score 20-0 with the extra point coming up. And again, Lawrence High has been on a roll offensively here in this first game of the 2024 season. And, of course, the first game can have its hiccups and it can have its ups and downs, especially to start. But Lawrence High, they've had a pretty impressive start here to start the 2024 season. The extra point coming up here in just a second. 35 seconds. Well, they might have brought the touchdown back, so we'll have to... It'll be second down and goal. So no touchdown on the end-around play after the penalty. So second down and goal at the 12-yard line. And now we got another flag on the field. Or rather, another whistle. I think it'll be a timeout. And that's what it will be. 35 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. So Lawrence High, I thought they had gotten in the end zone, but a late flag was thrown, and the penalty pushed them all the way back to the 12-yard line after the holding call. But Lawrence High just finding a way to get into the end zone, but the penalty pushes them back to the 12. And we have a timeout on the field. And Shawnee Mission South are going to do everything that they can to get a stop going into the half. That would give them a big confidence boost going into the second half, even though they haven't put up any points yet. But a win on defense would definitely be suffice in this situation. We're here in the second quarter, 35 seconds left to go. Lawrence High leads it 14-0. Second down and goal at the 12. Bowen lines up in the shotgun formation with two receivers out on the right-hand side. Bowen will find a quick pass over the middle. He gets tackled at the 5 and is pushed out of bounds at the 3. It looked like that was Gabe Wingard, the senior wide receiver, coming up to make the reception. And that stops the clock right at 30 seconds. Third down and goal at the 3-yard line. Can Lawrence High punch it in and triple their lead? 30 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Bowen on the quarterback, keeper up the middle, spins away from a tackler, and crosses the goal line and gets in. Touchdown, Lawrence. Banks Bowen from 3 yards out. Makes it 20-0 with the extra point coming up. And that's a great way to go into the half. If you're Lawrence High, being able to triple your lead as Banks Bowen runs it in from 3 yards out on third down and goal. 20-0, Lawrence High leads it. The extra point coming up. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. And that now makes the score 21-0. Lawrence High leads it over Shawnee Mission South. Banks Bowen runs it in from 3 yards out. We'll go ahead and step aside for a brief commercial break, but we'll be back for the remainder of first half action here from Lawrence High. You're listening to 810 Varsity, or Kansas High School football right here on 810varsity.com. And we are back live on 810varsity.com. My name's Austin Eckert as Banks Bowen runs it in from 3 yards out on third down and goal to make the score 21-0. And the Lions are going to kick it back away to Shawnee Mission South with 24 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. And here's a squib kick as it crosses the 30, and that's where Shawnee Mission South will fall on top of the ball after the squib kick. So the clock stops at 22.6 seconds. And Shawnee Mission South is going to have maybe a little bit of time to draw up something, but they're going to have to go quick. They only have 22.6 seconds left. They do have 2 timeouts, as it appears on the scoreboard. So they have 2 timeouts, 22 seconds left to go. We'll see what Shawnee Mission South can do right before the end of the first half. First down and 10 coming up at the 30-yard line. Cox will line up in the shotgun formation. A slow snap, and it looks like he's just going to take a knee, and that's what he does. And that might be the final play of the first half, as Laurenti is going to go into the half up by 3 scores. They lead at 21-0 over Shawnee Mission South. It's been a back-and-forth battle here between these two teams here in the season opener. But Laurenti has had the advantage over Shawnee Mission South here so far. Should be an interesting second half. We will go ahead and step aside for now. We will have a 15-minute break, so feel free to step aside, grab refreshments, do what you need to do. But we will be back live on a10varsity.com here in about 15 minutes for second half action. Laurenti leads at 21-0. We will head into the half, and we'll be back live here in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, I think
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Mike. I'm really looking forward to the lights out.
Is it on the script this year?
It might as well be every single time. It's coming.
It might be the second half of the year.
You're not guaranteed one next time against Gardner Edgerton. You'll get one tonight for sure.
Back live on 810varsity.com as we have 3 more minutes left until we get second half action underway here at Lawrence High School. Once again, my name is Austin Eckert. Thank you all so much for choosing to spend your Friday night with us right here on 810varsity.com or on YouTube if you are tuning in that way. Lawrence Highway right now, they lead 21-0, and they are going to get the ball to start the second half. But just to quickly recap
The first half.
Lawrence got the ball
first. So actually Shawnee Mission South's going to get the ball next. So they
will get the ball to start the second half.
But to recap again, Lawrence High got the ball first, and Shawnee Mission South forced a 3 out, and Raiders got the ball their first drive of the game, and it resulted in a 4th down stop all the way to the Lawrence High 31. Then Lawrence High got the ball after the 4th down stop, and they drove it down the field and put up the first touchdown of the game. They scored 17-0 2 minutes later. Really Shawnee Mission South being able to push the ball down the field and stick to home back so far. Pelhams go and we better carry the ball, of course, and turn it over tonight. Both teams have dropped the ball a few times. Of course, we saw towards the end of the first half, Lawrence dropping the ball a couple of times on that last drive. Really, it is humid outside, and temperatures have been pretty hot here starting the month of November here in Lawrence, Kansas. But speaking of the temperatures, it is supposed to cool down this weekend. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Lawrence was going to expect to see temperatures in the low 70s as far as the high goes for tomorrow's forecast, with the lows in the 50s.
football weather on the way. Fortunately, no football game for us on Saturday for the school that's right down the street from Lawrence High. Be in Champaign, Illinois tomorrow to take on the Fighting Lion. The University of Illinois. Interesting name for a school right down the road. Of course, they're playing away from home this season with stadium renovations that are going on. Won't be complete until the start of next season. Playing both non-conference games at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. Playing all 4 of their Big 12 conference games over at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Second half action about to get underway here at Lawrence High School.
Apologize for the technical difficulties that I just had to deal with a moment ago. I do apologize for that. But we're back here live on the air on A10varsity.com. Once again, my name's Austin Eckert, and it's my pleasure to bring you all the play-by-play commentary for tonight's game here between Lawrence High and Shawnee Mission South. So I apologize about the technical difficulties, and we're back live on the air. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Two receivers out to the right, and there is a penalty flag thrown, and it's going to be a false start, so it'll bring Shawnee Mission South back 5 yards. So the false start penalty will draw them back all the way to the 15. So it'll be 2nd down and 14 at the 15-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. Double bunch set out to the right. He'll hand it off to Washington, who cuts it back to the inside and gets to the 20. So it's a gain of 5 on the carry from Washington. 11 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. We have now started second half action here at Lawrence High School. Shawnee Mission South received the kick to start the second half, with Lawrence opening the game on offense. And now a 3rd down and 9 coming up. And a big 3rd down here to start the second half, with Shawnee Mission South down 3 scores. What can Carter Cox and the Shawnee Mission South offense do right here on 3rd down and 9? He'll line up in the pistol formation with Washington right behind him. 2 receivers out on both sides. 3rd down and 9, all the way back at the 21. And it's a play-action pass. He'll roll out to the far side, and he'll find an open receiver, and he catches it, gets out of bounds at the 45. And once again, that is Trey West on the reception.
And the long pass play gets them all the way to the 46-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. So it's a gain of about 20. So now first down and 10 coming up. A really nice play on third down by Carter Cox to find an open receiver downfield and find his star receiver, Trey West, who has been all over the place tonight for South. Trips out to the right. Cox all by himself in shotgun. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He'll cross midfield. He'll get to the 45 and down at the 43-yard line of Lawrence. It'll be another first down for Shawnee Mission South as they drive the ball down the field here to open up the second half. They're going to mark him down at the 43-yard line of Lawrence. So first down and goal coming up at the 43.5-yard line right in the middle of the field. Cox is all by himself in shotgun with two receivers out on both sides. First down and 10 at the 43 of Lawrence. Cox will drop back to pass, and he'll look over to the near side, in and out of the hands of Trey West, and it's incomplete. Looked for Trey West quickly in the slot, and he dropped the pass as it went in and out of the hands. Now second down coming up. And if you're Shawnee Mission South, you can't afford to have drop passes like those, but Trey West has been all over the place, and plays like that are going to happen, but it's always about how you respond. And we'll see how Shawnee Mission South responds after the drop pass on first down. Second down and 10 at the 43 of Lawrence High. Shawnee Mission South looking for their first score of the 2024 season. Two receivers out to the left this time. Play action pass for Cox, and he's going to get sacked all the way back to the 49-yard line of Lawrence. It's a loss of 5. And again on the sack, that was Josh Galbraith. I believe that's his second sack of the night. And he's had himself a game too. The defense has been flying all around the place for Lawrence High. And now third down and long again for Shawnee Mission South. They've been pretty good on third down and long. That's really the only thing that Lawrence has really had trouble with defensively, is defending the third down and long. Two receivers out on both sides, and Cox will line up in the pistol formation. Quick screen pass to the near side, and he's going to get hit immediately after the catch, all the way back to the 45-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. So the pass play gets them nowhere, and in fact, it brings them back a couple of yards. It's a loss of about 2. And the clock now at 8 minutes and 40 seconds here in the third quarter. And Lawrence High is going to get the ball back here in the second half, and they'll have a chance to quadruple their lead with the next drive coming up. So fourth down and 23 all the way back at the 45.5-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. Cox will drop all the way back to his own 34, and it's a really bad punt as it goes all the way to the 44 maybe of Lawrence High, as the Lions brought some pressure immediately, and Cox had to get it out quick. Not a good punt, so the Lions will have excellent field position here to start off their second half, up by 3 scores. And Banks Bowen, their star quarterback, has been all over the place, made some really nice throws, has been able to keep it on the ground. And again, he's been the light of this offense, along with, of course, Taj Edwards and the star receiver who's made a couple of really nice catches here tonight, and Jackson Becker. And now here we go, first down and 10 at the 49-yard line of Lawrence. He'll hand it off to Edwards. He'll cut back in the inside. He'll spin off of a tackler. He'll cross midfield at about the 47. Only a gain of about 4 on the carry from Taj Edwards. So second down and 6. They're going to have to get all the way down to the 40-yard line for a first down. Bowen in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Edwards up the middle. Crosses the first down marker and gets down at around the 35 as one of the officials gets knocked down as well, but he gets back up on his own feet and is doing so. 1st and 10 at the 37. And the official will blow the whistle. And we might have a timeout on the field. We'll see who calls their first timeout of the second half. Rather early here in the second half to call your first timeout. Or if maybe Shawnee Mission South called their first timeout. There is a timeout on the field, so we'll go ahead and keep it here on 810varsity.com. Lawrence High right now, they have the ball all the way at the 37-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. Timeout on the field. And it was Shawnee Mission South who called their first timeout of the second half. So now they have 2 timeouts remaining. And we will resume play here at Lawrence High. 1st down and 10 coming up at the 37-yard line of Shawnee Mission South for this Lions offense. Bowen hands it off. No, he'll keep it. He'll roll out to the far side, and he'll keep it himself. Jumps over a defender and gets close to the first down marker. But we do have a flag on the very end of the play. And we'll see if this one's coming back or not for Lawrence, or if maybe Shawnee Mission South got a penalty on the end of that one off the quarterback keeper from Banks Bowen. Maybe a block in the back penalty or a holding call. Not exactly sure what the call is on the field just yet. There is a flag down at around the 25, it appeared. So very well could be an end of the play penalty. We'll see what the official has to say. It's holding on the offense. And the penalty is going to be assessed. Personal foul on the defense. So the penalty on Shawnee Mission South is actually going to favor Lawrence. There is a holding call, but then Shawnee Mission South followed up with a personal foul penalty. So really, holding call doesn't really matter anymore. And Lawrence is going to get a few extra yards off of that penalty. So it'll be 1st down and 10 this time. They're going to move the ball all the way up to the right hash at the 22-yard line. Bowen lines up in the shotgun formation with Edwards to his right. He'll hand it off to Edwards up the middle, and he gets to about the 17. Taj Edwards gets a gain of 5 on the carry. 7 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Lawrence driving the ball down the field on their first drive of the second half. There's a pitch out to the left side. Hit at around the 10-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Edwards took a hard hit near the 10-yard line, but he's back up on his own feet. But the guy that hit him is down on the field. And we're going to have an injury timeout, so we'll go ahead and step aside with an injury timeout on the field. Just a reminder, folks, we still have a injury timeout on the field, so it'll be a couple of minutes before we resume play as they attend to the injured player at around the 11-yard line for Shawnee Mission South. We'll go ahead and step aside for a brief moment.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt.
And folks, we still have an injury timeout on the field as they are attending to the injured player. So we will go ahead and step aside. We're having trouble with commercials at the moment, so we will go ahead and pan the camera away until we resume. Folks, we appreciate your patience as there's still an injury timeout on the field at this moment. So we will return on the air once play resumes here at Lawrence High. A very scary situation here at Lawrence High School right now, as a player for Shawnee Mission South went down after the hard hit on Taj Edwards. As medical trainers are attending to the injured player right now. And we will be back on the air here in a few minutes, hopefully. But in the meantime, we're going to step aside for now. Folks, for those of you that are still tuning into us on A10 Varsity, we are attending to a injury timeout right now. So bear with us for the next few moments as they're still attending to the injured Shawnee Mission South player at around the 10-yard line. But we'll be back on the air momentarily.
Hello, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in to A10varsity.com. My name's Austin Eckert, as we have an injury timeout on the field still, as they're attending to an injured player for Shawnee Mission South at around the 10-yard line. With the clock stopping at 6 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We apologize for the delay, but we'll be back on the air momentarily right here on A10 Varsity. Hello, everybody. My name is Austin Eckert, and I just want to say thank you all so much for tuning into A10varsity.com. We're on the YouTube platform as we're in an injury timeout here in the third quarter with 6 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the third. And again, we have an injury timeout as the medical team is attending to a player at around the 10-yard line for Shawnee Mission South after an injury after Taj Edwards' 5-yard run. As you saw that hard hit on the last play a little while ago. It's been a long time out here on the field, but I'm not sure exactly who the injured player is for Shawnee Mission South, but of course, sending my well wishes and prayers along to the player involved in the injury. And a very scary sight here in Lawrence, Kansas, with the ambulance out on the field at around the 15-yard line. And both teams in the timeout both had pep talks, and both teams are warming up. And it's just been a scary sight here in Lawrence, and not something that you ever want to see. But looks like they have lifted the injured player off the field, and they're going to wheel him into the EMS. And as you can tell, the crowd giving a loud cheer for the injured player. And as he's helped into the ambulance, and looks like we're going to resume play here in just a moment, but we'll step aside for about 20 seconds, and I'll be back on the air right here on A10varsity.com. Hello, everyone, and thank you all so much for joining us right here on A10varsity.com. My name's Austin Eckert, and we have gone through a long injury timeout on the field after a hard hit off of a 5-yard run by Taj Edwards. Again, not sure exactly who was injured on the play for Shawnee Mission South, but a scary sight here at Lawrence High School as the injured player was helped into the ambulance that's still on the field right now. Of course, you can't see on your screens, but it's all the way back at around the 5-yard line now. And it looks like the EMS is getting ready to drive off the field. As you can see, Shawnee Mission South's team huddling up and talking with each other right now. Very, very difficult situation right now, obviously. And again, it's something that you definitely don't want to see. And once again, I'm sending my best wishes and prayers to the injured player and his family and the rest of the team, too, for Shawnee Mission South, because you never want to see a teammate of yours go down like that. But the ambulance is getting ready to drive off of the field, and we might resume play here shortly. Oh, but it looks like Lawrence High is running off of the field, maybe. Not sure where they're going. But I think they're just running down towards the end of the field to warm up really quickly, as we were in a timeout for about maybe 15, 20 minutes. A long injury timeout, though, but looks like we're about to resume play here at Lawrence High, but obviously a very tough situation to move on. And we'll see how the rest of this game goes. Lawrence High is going to have the ball at the Shawnee Mission South 12-yard line. Once again, the clock is stopped at 6 minutes and 51 seconds in the third quarter. And it's 1st down and 10 right now. So Lawrence High, once both teams take the field, that's how we will reopen this matchup. Lions lead at 21-0. A pretty dominant showing from the Lions so far tonight. And a valiant effort as well from the offense. And we've seen the defense flying around for Lawrence High, keeping Shawnee Mission South out of the end zone. But we've really seen all three sides of the ball complement one another, which is a big reason why Lawrence is up by 3 scores. But it looks like Shawnee Mission South will take the field here in just a minute. But Lawrence High, obviously, they look like they're getting ready to take the field in a minute. But again, a very tough situation to move on from after what happened about 20 minutes ago. And again, sending my best wishes and prayers to the injured player for Shawnee Mission South. Again, do not know who the injured player was. But again, best wishes and prayers to the injured player and his family and friends, those who love him, and of course the whole team for Shawnee Mission South. But we'll go ahead and step aside real quick for about 30 seconds before I return back on the air for A10Varsity.com. Lawrence High leads at 21-0 here in the third quarter with 6:51 left to go in the quarter.
My name is Bree McNally. I am actually a server downtown at Grunauer. Our 15-year-old son was in an automobile accident and he was taken
Hello and a very good evening to everybody that's tuning in to A10Varsity.com for tonight's broadcast between Shawnee Mission South and Lawrence High School, as both teams are getting ready to take the field after a long injury timeout. And we will resume play here at Lawrence High. Once again, my name is Austin Eckert. Thank you all so much for your patience. We do apologize for the delay, but a very scary situation here in Lawrence. But again, prayers and best wishes to the injured player for Shawnee Mission South and family and friends. And we'll be returning to action now here in Lawrence. Trips out to the right, 2 receivers out to the left. Bowen is all by himself in shotgun. All by himself, he'll find a receiver, and it's dropped and incomplete. It was intended for Jackson Becker, as the pass went in and out of his hands. So now 2nd down and 12 with 2 receivers out to the left, and he'll hand it off to Edwards. He fumbles the ball. Does Shawnee Mission South fall on top of it? They say they have it. We'll wait from the call from the official, and they do recover the fumble. The first turnover of the night for Lawrence High. It's a fumble from Taj Edwards. And Shawnee Mission South will take over at their own 8-yard line after the fumble. So a big turnaround sequence of events. As the clock now stops at 6 minutes and 37 seconds. So we'll see if Shawnee Mission South can respond after the defense getting a turnover for them. And they will take over at the 9-yard line. First down and 10 at the 9-yard line after the fumble from Taj Edwards. Trips out to the left, 1 receiver out to the right. Cox in shotgun. He'll fumble the snap, and he falls on top of it. Or it might have been Washington that fell on top of it, too. So that'll put them all the way back inside the 5. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. So the drop snap results in a loss of 7. Second down and 18 at the 2-yard line. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Second down and 18 at the 2-yard line. And they'll hand it off. Does he get out of the end zone? No, he can't. It looks like it's going to be a safety. Do they call it a safety? Yes, they do. It's a safety for Lawrence. So now that'll make the score 23-0. Lawrence High leads it. So they redeem themselves after the Taj Edwards fumble, and they pick up 2 points to make the score 23-0. And after the safety, Lawrence High will get the ball right back. Not the outcome that Shawnee Mission South wanted in that particular situation, with the drop snap resulting in a safety in the next play. But Lawrence High will have a chance to really take the game and run away with it if they can drive down the field and get another score. And they're now up by 4 scores as they lead at 23-0 with the clock now at 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. So Shawnee Mission South, after the safety, will kick it back away to Lawrence High. So it only took 2 plays for Lawrence High to get the ball right back. And again, they tack on 2 more points as they tackle Washington in the end zone for the safety. And the kickoff team for Shawnee Mission South will come out getting ready to kick it away after the safety. And the head official talking with Shawnee Mission South to discuss what needs to happen on this next play. Of course, safety does happen, but it's unusual to see one, of course. So I think the official was just giving the rundown of, hey, this is what you need to do. And they will line the ball up at the 20-yard line, and they'll
get ready to kick it away to Lawrence High after the safety. 5:46 left to go in the third quarter. 23-0 now. Lawrence High leads it after the safety. And it's a line drive kick. And it bounces at around the 25. It's going to be picked up. He crosses the 30, gets to the 40 to the outside, gets tackled at the 41. So good return right there from Lawrence High, and that's where the Lions will take over on offense after the safety from the defense. And really, we've seen Lawrence High really play complementary football all night long, and that's been the story for them. But for Shawnee Mission South, the mistakes keep adding up here tonight. First down and 10 at the 42-yard line of Lawrence. Trips out to the left of Bowen, who stands all by himself in shotgun. Two receivers out to the right. He'll fake the end around. He drops back to pass. He'll look over the middle. The pass is caught near the 45 and gets tackled or pushed down to the ground, rather, at around the 41. We'll see where they mark him. Looks like he's going to be down at the 40. And they'll place the ball on the left hash. Actually, they'll move it back to the 41. First down and 10 at the 41-yard line this time on the Shawnee Mission South end. Double bunch formation out to the right-hand side. Bowen is flush. He's going to roll out to his right. He'll fire the pass down the far sideline. It's going to be short and incomplete. Looked like he was looking for Jalen Parks. But the pass fell short and it's incomplete. It'll bring up a second down and 10. Clock stops at 5 minutes and 3 seconds here in the third quarter. Two receivers out to the left this time for Bowen. He'll hand it off up the middle. He breaks a tackle, crosses the 30, and gets down at around the 29. Another good carry results in a first down for Lawrence High as they continue to drive the ball down the field. Can they take the game and run away with it right here on this drive as they are up by 4 scores? First down and 10 coming up at the 29-yard line. Bowen, he'll keep it himself on the option. And will he pitch it out? No, he won't. He'll keep it. He'll run out of bounds near the 25. They might mark him out at the 26-27. And they will mark him out at the 26. And they're going to mark the ball on the right hash, rather, after the 3-yard run by Banks Bowen, the quarterback. Second down and 7 at the 26 coming up. Again, Lawrence High looking to put this game away here late in the third. One receiver out on both sides. Bowen drops back to pass. He's got all the time in the pocket. Looks over the middle, and the pass is caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence High. But hang on a second. There is a flag all the way back at the 42. This could be coming back. Hang on for a second. Let's see what the call is on the field. Holding on the offense, so the touchdown is going to come back. So they're going to move the ball all the way back to about the 41, actually the 36-yard line. They'll put the ball on the right hash at the 36-yard line of Shawnee Mission South after the holding penalty, so no touchdown on the play. Second down and long, and they need 17 yards to get the first down. Two receiver set out to the left. Bowen, play action pass, looks down the field, fires one to the near side, jump ball, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete. A really beautiful throw by Bowen, but too much power on that one. And the pass went in and out of the hands of Steele White in the back of the end zone, and a defender was right on top of him too. And now that brings up third down and long. Ball still placed at the 36-yard line on the right hash. Two receivers out to the left again. Two receivers now on both sides. Third down and 17. Bowen drops back to pass. He's met with some pressure. He backpedals. He's got all the time. He stays on his feet. He's met with immediate pressure. Fires it down the field to the near side. Jump ball. It's into the end zone. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. My goodness gracious. What a play from Banks Bowen. Are you kidding me? Banks Bowen on third down and 17 just threw it up into the end zone. What a throw and what a catch. Banks Bowen sheds off of a tackle, what could have been a sack on third down and long. And he finds a receiver in the back of the end zone, threw it up for the touchdown. And the extra point is up and good. And now Lawrence High leads it comfortably here in the third quarter, 30-0, with 3 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the third. We'll step aside for a brief moment, but we'll be back on the air momentarily. Hello and a very good evening. Thank you all so much for joining us right here on A10varsity.com. My name's Austin Eckert. Banks Bowen with an incredible play on third down and long to make the score 30-0. He threw up a prayer into the end zone, and his receiver came down with it to make the score 30-0. And here is the kickoff. It'll be returnable. It'll be returned inside the 5. He'll bring it out. He'll cross the 20, gets to the 30, crosses the 40. He's at midfield, down the far sideline to the 40. 35-30, 25-20, cuts it back inside, gets tackled at the 15. And there's a late flag thrown. Hang on. Let's see what the flag is. There's a flag thrown at around the 15-yard line after the return. So we'll wait to see what the call is on the field. Could this perhaps be coming back? Not sure. As all three of the main officials are meeting at around the 15-yard line to discuss what happened. Here's the call. It's a personal foul on Lawrence High after the return. So not only does Shawnee Mission South get the long kick return, but they are going to have excellent field position. They're going to have the ball deep in the red zone at the 7-yard line on the right hash. So it'll be first down and goal after the long kickoff return. Clock stops at 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Shawnee Mission South looking to get their first points, not only here in this game, but for the 2024 season. Trips out to the right. Cox play action pass. He'll roll out. He's going to be sacked at the 20-yard line. Again, that was Josh Galbraith on the sack. That's his third sack of the night. He gets to Cox quickly and puts them all the way back at around the 20-yard line. So second down and goal. They're going to need 20 yards to get into the end zone. Under 2.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Lawrence High leads it big, 30-0. Two receivers out on both sides. Cox lining up in the pistol formation. He'll take the snap. He'll drop back to pass. He'll roll out to the near side, and the pass is incomplete, in and out of the hands of what it looked like the defender and then the receiver. But it results in a 3rd down and goal coming up. And really, if you're Shawnee Mission South, the goal here on this drive is to walk away with some points. But really a disappointment, rather, with the sack on 1st down and goal when they have the ball at the 8-yard line. And there's going to be another penalty called on Shawnee Mission South. So that'll put them back all the way to the 30-yard line. So 2nd and goal all the way back at the 30-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 30. Trips out to the left with Cox lining up in the pistol formation again with Washington right behind him. 2nd down and goal at the 30. Cox drops back to pass. He's flushed. He'll fire it down the field, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver. Incomplete. 3rd down and long coming up now. A missed opportunity for the Raiders to get their first touchdown of the season. As Cox found a wide open receiver, and yet it just went in and out of the hands. So 3rd down and goal coming up at the 30. That'll stop the clock with 2 minutes and 1 second here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and goal all the way back at the 30-yard line. 2:01 left to go in the 3rd. 2 receivers out on both sides with Cox lining up in the pistol formation again. He'll take the snap. He's met with some pressure. He rolls out to the far side. He throws it, and it's caught near the 20-yard line. He gets pushed out of bounds at the 22. And now 4th down and goal coming up. Do they bring the field goal unit out, or do they just go for it here on 4th down and long? He'll be rolled out of bounds at the 21-yard line. So really, 4th down and goal coming up here at the 21-yard line. A big 4th down and goal play coming up all the way back at the 21-yard line. Trips out to the right with Cox lining up in the pistol again. 4th and goal at the 21. Cox. He'll run it up the middle on the quarterback keeper. He'll dump it off to the left side. He's down the far sideline, and he doesn't get to the goal line, so he's going to be short. But a late flag is thrown. An earlier flag was thrown at the 22-yard line in the middle of the play. So 2 separate flags thrown on that 4th down and goal play. We'll see what the calls are. And the dump-off pass could have easily been a touchdown, but Lawrence was able to get there right in the nick of time to save the touchdown. But we'll see if that holds to be true. It looks like Lawrence High might have gotten the stop on 4th down and goal, but we're not exactly sure what the call is. We had a penalty in the middle of the play, and then right afterwards at the 22-yard line, we had a penalty flag thrown from the sideline official. So all 3 officials are talking things over real quick. We will wait to see what the call is. Rather a big call for Shawnee Mission South, really. If it doesn't go in your favor, then it's going to be good news for Lawrence High. They're up big, 30-0 right now. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go in the 3rd. And here's the call. Wait for just a moment. Multiple fouls on the play. An eligible receiver downfield for Shawnee Mission South. And holding on Shawnee Mission South. And a personal foul penalty on Lawrence High. Penalties offset. And another 4th down and goal play coming up. So Shawnee Mission South is going to get another opportunity to punch it into the end zone. So again, what we just saw a minute ago, 2 penalties on Shawnee Mission South and an ineligible receiver downfield, and then a holding call, and then a personal foul penalty on Lawrence. That offsetted the holding call, if you will. And then there was the other penalty with the ineligible receiver downfield, but the saving grace was that personal foul penalty on Lawrence for Shawnee Mission South. Shawnee Mission South, really, they have the capability of driving the ball down the field, but the mistakes as far as penalties and fourth down conversions, missed fourth down conversions, have really hurt them here in this game. But they will get a chance here in the fourth quarter to get a score and give them something to feel good about here in this one. It's been a tough night for them with how dominant Lawrence High has been all game long. As far as for Lawrence High goes, you have to feel really good with where you're at right now, up 36-0 in the first game of the season. But despite the outcome of tonight, still lots of football to play. And if you're Shawnee Mission South, all you're really worried about is ending this game at least on a good note. If you can drop a comeback somehow, it'd make up for a pretty crazy story here in Lawrence. But the Lions lead it big right now, 36-0. 11:03 left to go here in this game. And Lawrence will kick it away. It's a squib kick. It's going to be fielded at near the 30-yard line. It'll be picked up and a hard tackle. And that's where Shawnee Mission South will start with the ball. They'll start at their own 30. Really nice tackle in the open field by Lawrence on the kickoff coverage. 10:59 now left to go in this one. Shawnee Mission South getting ready to take the field for their next drive of the game. But again, Lawrence High, unbelievable tonight defensively. 3 fourth down stops tonight. And they've been able to get after the quarterback, Carter Cox. But really, Shawnee Mission South, other than the fact, despite the fact that they haven't put up any points tonight, they've really done a nice job of driving the ball down the field when you've given the ball, especially to Marquand Washington and others. But the run play to the right side is not going to get anywhere, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. The clock continues to tick. Now it's at 10:40. Left to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 10, coming up at the 31-yard line. That's where they actually marked Shawnee Mission South right after the kickoff return. So they give them the extra yard. The clock continues to tick as it reaches the 10-minute mark, or it will reach the 10-minute mark here in a few seconds. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. Actually, 2 receivers out to the right, 2 as well. But we do have a whistle. And we might have a timeout on the field, and it appears so, and it looks like Shawnee Mission South is going to call their final timeout here in this one. They have no timeouts remaining, and that stops the clock at 10 minutes and 8 seconds. So Lawrence has all 3 timeouts, whereas Shawnee Mission South down 36-0, no timeouts remaining. And Lawrence High sitting pretty comfortably right now in this one. And only 10 more minutes of football left. But we'll see what Shawnee Mission South can draw up here on this drive. Really, we've seen some flashes of really good football offensively from this team. But again, it's about, finishing the drive, and they've been unable to do so all throughout this game. But we'll see if they can do that here, though. 2nd down and 10 at the 31-yard line. Play action pass. No, he'll hand it off on the end around, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield at around the 25.
Ball carrier tackled in the backfield on the line. Josh Gallagher.
So now 3rd down and long coming up here for Shawnee Mission South, all the way back at the 26. It's a 5-yard loss. 3rd down and 15 at the 26 coming up. It's a big 3rd down here for Shawnee Mission South, really. And with the way this game is going, and with everything that's happened, just offensively with the mistakes and all that stuff, it'd be really nice for them to come up with some points here on this drive. But they're going to have to convert on this 3rd down and long. It's not something that we haven't seen them do here in this one, though. Low snap. He'll fire to the near side. It's caught. And he'll get near the original line of scrimmage, but he only gets about 3 yards on the catch. It'll be a gain of maybe 3 or 4 on the reception. 4th down and long coming up. It'll be 4th down and 11 at the 30-yard line of Shawnee Mission South. 8:40 left to go here in this game. Can the Lions get their 4th down stop of the evening right here? Fourth and 11 at the 30-yard line for Shawnee Mission South. Can the Raiders offense find a 1st down right here? They'll make a quick substitution. And they'll line up with 2 receivers out to the left, 1 receiver out to the right. And it looks like Cox will stand back near the 20 and fire the punt away as it takes a bounce near the 45. We'll see where they mark the ball after the punt from Carter Cox. I thought originally maybe they would go for it, but smart move by Shawnee Mission South to get the ball away. And they will place the ball at the 42-yard line of Lawrence after the short punt from Carter Cox. 7:59 left to go in this game. And Lawrence High has an opportunity to add even more points to the scoreboard, but they've done that all throughout this game. And Banks Bowen is still out there at quarterback for the Lions. 1st down and 10 with 2 receivers out to the right this time. Bowen will hand it off up the middle to Taj Edwards, and he gets a gain of about 2 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up shortly. 7:40 left to go in this game. The clock continuing to tick. And I imagine that Lawrence will do all that they can to draw out the rest of this clock with the comfortable 36-point lead. 7:25 remaining. 2nd down and 8 at the 44-yard line. Bowen will take the snap. He'll look over the middle. Pass is caught at the 45-yard line of the Raiders. That was Wyatt Hendricks, the junior tight end, making the play on 2nd down and 8. It'll pick up the 1st down. Bowen lines up in the pistol formation. He'll hand it off up the middle to Edwards, and he doesn't get anything right there on the carry. It looks like he's going to get a loss of 1, perhaps. Clock under 7 minutes now here in this game. Taj Edwards didn't pick up anything on the previous play, so 2nd down and 10 this time. Bowen lines up in the shotgun. Edwards to his left. He fails to pick up the snap, but it doesn't matter as the official throws the flag and blows the whistle, and we do have a penalty on the field. We'll see who it's on. It could be on Lawrence High in this situation. We'll see. It could be on Shawnee Mission South. It is a false start penalty on the Lions offense. So 2nd down and 15. And they'll move the ball all the way back to the Shawnee Mission South 49-yard line. So they keep the ball on the Raiders' half of the field. But it's a loss of 5 on the penalty. So 2nd down and 15. Now under 6.5 minutes left to go in this one. Bowen calls an audible up front to his O-line. 2 receivers out to the left. Bowen, play action pass. He'll look down the near sideline. He lobs one up, and the receiver comes down with the catch near the 10-yard line. What a throw by Banks Bowen. He connects with his receiver down the field on the far sideline. And it's a 1st down and goal for the Lions once again. Banks Bowen has just been on fire tonight, folks. And despite a couple of plays that might have looked a little shaky, he's been absolutely terrific tonight. Here's a handoff up the middle, gets near the goal line, but he's just going to be short. Taj Edwards again on the carry. And we do have another injury timeout on the field. So a timeout on the field due to an injured player for Shawnee Mission South. We'll go ahead and step aside here for just a brief second. With the clock stopping at 5 minutes and 43 seconds. Lawrence High leads it 36-0. Second down and goal coming up after the timeout. We welcome you back to our live coverage of Kansas high school football right here on A10varsity.com. Once again, my name is Austin Eckert. Thank you all so much for choosing to spend your Friday evening with us right here on A10varsity.com, or whether you're tuning in on YouTube as well. We appreciate everybody that's tuning into tonight's game. The clock will now resume with a little over 5.5 minutes remaining. Second down and goal. Bowen fires it into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence. And he connects with Adric Webb near the corner of the end zone for another score. And Lawrence High up big, 42-0. Extra point coming up. They missed the extra point last time. See if they can put it through the uprights this time. A little over 5 minutes left to go. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick is up. And it is true. And now that makes the score 43-0. Lawrence High leads it big over Shawnee Mission South. Well, it looks like Lawrence High, with under 5 minutes left to go, the clock is ticking right now. I'm not sure if they have granted a running clock. But 4:45 now left on the clock. The clock continuing to tick after the extra point to make the score 43-0. It looks like they might have agreed to a running clock for the rest of this game. So now we're under 5 minutes left to go. 4.5 minutes remaining. And Lawrence High is going to kick it away to Shawnee Mission South. And it looks like they're going to have one more opportunity to get a score, punching into the end zone, have something to feel good about despite the way this game has gone for Shawnee Mission South. They definitely want to walk away with something at least, and they'll have a chance to do that here. 4 minutes left to go here in this one, the clock continuing to tick. I do believe that they have agreed to a running clock for the rest of this game. Not exactly sure, but based on what I see on the scoreboard, it appears that they have done so. Here's the kickoff return. He crosses the 35, gets to the 40, bounces off of a tackler, and that's where he's going to get tackled. He'll be tackled at around the 40-yard line. 3:35 left to go in this one. The clock continuing to roll. And Lawrence High leading it big, 43-0. And with the way this game is going right now, it looks like Lawrence High is going to pick up a huge victory at home in their season opener. And really for Shawnee Mission South, they're just going to have to get back to the drawing board and figure out what they need to do better next week. But we did see some flashes of really good football from this Shawnee Mission South team, despite the fact that they're down 43-0. And you know what they say, sometimes the scoreline doesn't always accurately represent how well a team plays. And of course, for Shawnee Mission South, we saw some really good football at times, but they've been kept out of the end zone for a reason. It's the Lawrence High defense making big stops on fourth down and creating a disruption for this offense. We do have a timeout, perhaps, on the field. We will have a timeout on the field, maybe. And that'll stop the clock at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I don't think a timeout had been issued, but all the officials are meeting at around the 43-yard line. Again, for the past 2 or 3 minutes, the clock has continued to tick, even during the PAT and in the middle between the point after and the kickoff. So now we're down to 2:45 here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for Shawnee Mission South. Cox lines up in the pistol formation. And he'll hand it off up the middle. He'll get to midfield, cross midfield, and will be down at the 48. 2.5 minutes left to go in this game. Let's see if Shawnee Mission South can prevent the shutout from happening for Lawrence. We'll see if Lawrence High can hang on and complete the shutout here in their season opener. Cox lines up in the pistol formation again. 2 receivers out to the left. He'll keep it himself on the quarterback keeper and doesn't go anywhere right there, as he's met immediately in the backfield. Now we're under 2 minutes left to go. 3rd down and 1 coming up at the Lawrence High 48. 1:50 left to go in this game, folks. Not a lot of time left on the clock for Shawnee Mission South to drive down the field. But if they want to do something, they got to do it right here. 1:35 left to go. 3rd down and 1. Can they at least end this game on a good note? Cox lines up in the pistol formation. 2 receivers out to the left. Quick screen play over the middle. He'll cross the 45 to the 40, 35, trucks a defender, and gets down near the 35. Did the ball come out? It looks like Lawrence High says they came up with the fumble. Is it a fumble recovered by the defense? It looks like the defense is coming off of the field. They might have called a fumble on the field. The clock is under 1 minute left to go, and they do call the fumble on Shawnee Mission South. The clock stops at 51 seconds. And coming up to make the recovery, forcing the fumble rather, was Cameron McKinnon for Lawrence High, and he forces the fumble. And it looks like Lawrence is going to walk away from their home season opener with a big win and a shutout. And a pretty good way for this Lawrence High team to open up their 2024 campaign. And again, Shawnee Mission South are just going to have to get back to the drawing board and look to find ways to get better for next week's game. First and 10 at the 33. And it's a quick handoff play to the right side and doesn't get anywhere right there. Might have gotten a yard on the carry. And we might see one more play as we have a 1 second differential from the game clock and the play clock. Down to 33 seconds. There's 30 seconds left on the play clock, so we'll get one more play likely before the end of the game. 2nd down and short. Here's a quick pass over the middle, and it's caught at around the 35. He'll get pushed back all the way to the 30. And the clock is under 15 seconds. And maybe we'll get one more play before the end of this, as they have all the backups out there, so they might run one more play. Maybe they won't. They'll just actually let the clock roll all the way down to 0, and they will. And that's going to do it. Lawrence High is going to walk away tonight with a huge victory over Shawnee Mission South. They get the shutout in the victory, 43-0. Lawrence High wins. So Lawrence High opens the 2024 campaign 1-0 with a big 43-0 victory over Shawnee Mission South, and the Raiders are just going to have to get back to the drawing board and figure out what they need to do better next time. Well, that's going to wrap it up for our coverage here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Austin Eckert. Thank you all so much for choosing to spend your Friday evening with us. Thank you to all of you that have tuned in to tonight's broadcast. A very eventful evening full of football, and Lawrence High wins it big at home over Shawnee Mission South. Your final score, Lawrence High 40.